Alright, so today I'm looking at a CF-19 MK1. This has got a bad touchscreen. So we have our cursor there, and it's not responding to the touch. So we're going to find out if this is bad. I'm going to take a good digitizer, a new one, and we're going to open the lid, remove the lid from the unit, and plug it in, test it out, and see if it works. If that works, then I'll be showing you how to replace this. So the first things first, we're going to shut down the computer. We're going to remove the top plastic cover, the two plastic side covers, and that's a total of 16 screws to remove those. I've already removed them to save some time. Okay. So we'll just pop these out like that. Then we're going to take, then the next step to take off is this hinge cover here is 4 screws, 2 on this side and then 2 on the inside. Then you simply lift up after you remove those. And to remove the lid, we have a total of 12 screws. There's going to be 6 screws under the side covers, 3 on the left side and 3 on the right side. So we're going to remove those. When you remove all the screws, I'm going to do that and then I'll be right back. Alright, so this is all taken care of. Yours is going to have a tight seal around it. I've already removed this one before, so this is a little bit easier to remove. So then you simply lift it up, and then this is your connection right here for your touchscreen. Sorry for the shaky video, I'm holding this one hand here. Alright, so this is the board that powers the touchscreen. This sends all this sends the responses to the motherboard to know where to move to. So what I'm going to do, wow, it's not focusing at all. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to remove this. So I'm just going to undo this lock here. Oh, it's quite dark. Okay, so I'm just going to take my plastic pry tool, pry one side and then the other very gently. You can use your fingers and you just undo that, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a new touchscreen. I'm going to plug it in to here, and then I will test it out, and I'll try to prop my phone up so that you guys can see this. So let me get that figured out. I'm going to hold my phone so you guys can see it, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so to connect, I've turned this unit back on. I'm going to pop the, I'm going to take the board off. I don't know if you can see this. So let me see if I can. I'm going to prop it up like this so that hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. This is the board that controls your touchscreen, like I said. So I'm going to make it easier for me to test, I'm just going to grab my pry tool there, gently, just pop that out of the way. You don't have that much room, but it gives you a little bit more wiggle room. So now, while this is there, I'm going to plug this in, and we got to make sure that the gold pins are facing downward when we connect it to the board. Okay, so we slide it in, and then with one finger we plug it in. So okay, let me check my phone, see if you can see what I'm doing. Okay, let me straighten this out. Okay, just trying to adjust the thing there. Okay, so I have this placed over the screen, and it's plugged in to the board back here. So if we touch it, you see how the cursor now moves around. We can go ahead and excuse me, we can go ahead and click on Yeah, there it is. So now, I mean, it's not connected to my Wi-Fi or anything, so. And it's not calibrated, but see that how it works. So now we're going to go ahead and get to replacing it. So I'm going to pause it. I'm going to turn this unit off, and I'm going to set it up, and then I'll show you what we got to do. Okay, so now I got you propped up. This is the new touchscreen. What we have to look for is we have to make sure that the little gold pins are facing up at us, because when we install it, we're going to make the gold pins face down, and then pull it up and fold it over on itself, kind of like that. I'll have to show you once I get it on there. So we're going to do that. So we're going to prep this up. We're going to put some double-sided tape on it and make sure that it's ready to go for when we're in there. So what I do is I lay down my double-sided tape along the bottom side, and then I cut it out and then lift it up. I'll show you. It's just a lot easier to show you what I do. So there's protective films to keep it from scratching on both sides of the touchscreen. Okay, so we'll remove the one that is on the side that's going to be facing us at all times. So just lay this flat on your work surface. Okay, let me get my double-sided tape ready. Alright, so I use a foam double-sided tape. You can get this on eBay, Amazon, I'm sure. You can find it on Amazon. So what I do is I kind of just get me a nice decent size strip, cut that off. So what I do is I put it on one end first. Start on one corner. And I don't push it down hard because I'm going to remove it. I'm going to put it on the other side, so I just kind of put some small amount of pressure. Okay, and then I use a little foam piece to rest the unprotected glass. Okay, so then I push down and I cut. Hope you guys can see this. Let me see if I can prop it up a little more so that you guys can see a little better. Okay, so okay, alright, so there we are. Now you can see a little bit better. So I'm just going to cut the foam tape, discard of the excess, and now I put a little bit of pressure just down so that it gets it flat up against my table. And I'm going to run my blade very gently along the bottom edge of the glass. And that noise is my table, it's not the glass. I'm not scratching it or anything. So then I set that one aside. I flip it over. Remember I said not to put a lot of pressure on it because we're going to go ahead and we're going to remove the piece that we stuck on there. Okay, we're going to peel this up. Okay, we're going to peel it up like that. Then we're going to put it on the side that has the ribbon cable because we do not want to cut our ribbon cable. So please don't try to cut the double-sided tape by placing it up here and then cutting it. So now we can go ahead and apply a little bit of pressure to bond the double-sided tape, and then now we can put it on the bottom. I'm going to pause it. Here you can go. I'm going to pause it while I finish this, but from here you can go do the sides and then do the bottom. I like to do the bottom and then do the sides. So I'm going to pause it and then be right back after it's done. Alright, so now it's done. The one suggestion I do have is use the flat factory edge every time that you're going to put it on so that you get a straight edge towards the inside of the screen. Alright, so I'm going to move this out of the way. Now bring the unit in. Let me zoom in. Alright, give me 1 second. Okay, so now we're going to remove the LCD. LCD is held in by 3 little foam pieces here. Pop that out. Remove this tape out of the way so you can get to the other one. It's right here in the middle. It's a little hard to get it out. And then on the right hand side. Be careful, you could break the backlight there. So then we remove this tape off the inverter board. Then we are able to disconnect touchscreen board and the inverter board from the cables. Leave that there. Then we have tape down here holding these cables on that we just removed. Just kind of tape them back down. See here. Okay. That's the speaker wire. You could leave that plugged in.
Because it's illegal for them to consent it. Yeah, at that age. Yeah, she can't give consent. Yeah. But the judge says, well, no, she did. She's older than her age. Ridiculous.
Then we are going to remove this tape that holds this. And then I like to run my razor blade along the edge here, no pressure, just a little bit. Take your index and your thumb finger and pull straight out. You could wiggle it sideways a little bit just to break the seal of the tape. Now to remove your LCD, take your pry tool. Where the foam pieces were, there's little gaps. Right here. These gaps, that's what you put it into, and then just lightly pry it up. You don't want to crack it. Put this aside. Now this is the touchscreen, so we're going to remove that.
Sexual relationships with a woman. Okay, so he was being ridiculous while getting treatment. Yes.
See if I can do it like this. I've never tried it.
Last December after learning of Ramble's dismissal from the program.
All right.
Despite testimony from Morales' mother asking
we're going to apply heat. Get a heat gun. Put it on high. Grab a plastic or a metal pry tool and just jam it into the top and slide it from one end to the other. Push down on it, run it through, push down on the other side just to make sure that it's cut. Now push down close to the corner, slide it in, and it goes in very easy. So now we're going to do it on this side. Okay. So there's that one. Now we're going to do this side. So we're going to push down a little bit and slide it across. Okay. Now I open here. Normally it'd be like that. So then we just hold the touchscreen, close the bezel. Okay. And then see if you can see here. I just run it along the bottom and start prying up on it gently, and then it'll slide out. Throw that away. Now we have to clean off the double-sided foam tape that's on here, so we just take our metal pry tool and just scrape it away. Okay, so once you get to this side, you can, there's plastic here. You just pry these off, set them aside so you can get the foam tape from over here. Okay.
You're on it until you die. Yeah. Unless you step down, and some people have. But if they don't want to, they don't have to. You could be a mental ninja up there. Yeah. At that point. But and that's obviously not the case here. But a 6-year.
Okay, so then we clean that off just to make sure that there's no more residue of the double-sided foam tape.
Money when it comes to having to campaign and everything, if they're running in a contested district or whatever. Yeah. So that's trouble. Also, most people don't follow it. So they don't even know.
Grab your touchscreen with the tape still on there and not off or anything, and then we just kind of want to see where we're going to go. Put these little foam things back on. They help line it up. Okay, so I use a suction cup. Makes it a lot easier, so I just push down a little bit, pick it up, remove.
They might, yes.
There you go. So now you just kind of lay that down. Try to keep it as even as possible. It is hard to get it perfectly straight.
That's different than saying to an older person, "Okay, I will have sex with you." Right. I mean, quite a bit. There's a little bit of a difference there.
So once you get it, release the suction. Take your index finger, just run it along the edges. No 2 fingers because then you'll crack it. Okay. Then we'll remove the film on this side. You've now replaced your touchscreen. So now we take our LCD. Just blow on it real quick, make sure there's no dust. Align those little foam pieces on the back. Snug right there. And then we'll put the foam pieces back in. I start in the middle. Doesn't matter how you put them back in. Which one you start with or whatever. So then I take, so we're going to flip this gold pins facing up and then twist them to the left so that the gold pins slide into the board facing downward. Lock that in. And then we take our, let's see here, let's get our tape back on. So tape the speaker wire down on that side. Okay, that there. Connect our video cable. Just one hand hold it down, push it in, reapply the tape. Right here, just fold it over. Done. The connectors will only fit on one side. It will only fit on this button, on the control board, and on the inverter board. If you try to put them in the other one, one will slide in, but it will not connect. So put that on there. Just kind of clip it back on. I use Captain tape. It's a heat-resistant tape. I run it across the whole thing, like so. And I just kind of cut access off of there. And I feel some glue here, so I'm just going to put it over this so that the lid does not stick to it. Okay. So there you go. Take another little strip and just to secure the video connection, put it over there. And we're done. Then we can just now go ahead and put our lid back on it. I put one screw on each corner just to hold the lid tight. Screw that down and then we'll go ahead and test it. Make sure that our touchscreen works. Wipe this off here. And I'll bring you down. Zoom out. Alright. Okay, and then as soon as it's in the login screen to where you can kind of see the blue screen where your little logging picture is, then you should be able to go ahead and move that cursor around with your finger. Okay, so right here, see the black screen? I'm able to move the cursor, and then here's the blue screen I'm talking about where it logs you into Windows. And this is done. I mean, this is it. Of course, if you have a tough book and that has a bad touchscreen, let's see here. I'm gonna have to use the mouse, the mouse pad. So then you go to your Fujitsu Touch Panel USB folder, touchscreen calibration utility. Click on that, and this is gonna have, I think it's what? Well, let's just click it. I'm gonna recalibrate it. So you're supposed to click and hold it on the red crosses here. So and then if you mess up, you hit. Look, watch this. You hit the arrow, and it'll move them across the screen. So then you go down, and it'll move it down. See that? So let's move it up, down, down, up. Okay, so there's 4, 8, 12 touch points. And if you mess up on one and you don't like the way that it's like, oh man, I didn't have it right on it, you can always move the cross back to that spot that you didn't like the way it happened. So then after you do this, then you hit enter, and then it's gonna mine's all messed up. So let me pause it, let me calibrate it, and I'll show you what to do. Okay, hold on 1 second. Alright, so after you complete the 12 touch points, it will jump back up to the left corner. So then you hit enter once, and then it'll show you this. So all you have to do is hit enter one more time, and now your points are saved. Your calibration is saved, so when you click on it, it'll actually land right where you're touching, and not off to the right of where you're touching. So now even with my finger, everything is right on. So when I hit the X up here, it'll actually close it. Well, thanks for watching. Hope this helps. And just be patient. Took me about 30 minutes with the pausing and everything in between. So just be patient. Don't rush it. You don't want to break your glass. Have a good one.